Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds.
Greetings and welcome to a couple Gamerz review of Bastion on the PlayStation 4. I'm Sean,
And I'm Riss.
and Riss, you are our reviewer for Bastion on the PS4.
Yes, sir.
I think we should jump into it and get talking about what the game's about.
Certainly.
So the game's Bastion,
Yep.
and what's the story? What's going on in this world of Bastion?
You can say the word more than I can. So what's about what happens? What happens?
A calamity.
Thank you.
The calamity.
I will never remember that.
You just gotta think of the stranger saying, a calamity.
Or the clams under the water. They're calamities. It's like a community of clams.
A community of clams. And I don't think that's anything has... there's no clams in this game.
Anyway, so this tragic event happens called a calamity
Yes.
in Kid, which is this character here, in his world.
Yes.
So now he has to go around and collect cores to bring
Of course, inside one of those fancy
Skyhold?
Skyhold, which is like your little own city,
Yep.
back together again.
So do you have an objective? Are you just trying to put the city back together? Are you looking for survivors? Are you
I think
looking...
they were looking to kill the head guy. Are you not? I can't remember.
the head guy.
Now we're
I think
There was one bad, like, the person behind this all.
the main villain?
Yes, you. I believe. I didn't get too far into the situation there.
How many hours would you say you put into Bastion?
About an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay. Within those 2 hours of gameplay,
Yep.
what are some things that you really enjoyed about the game?
Combat. Combat was definitely really nice. It was really clean. Extremely easy to use. Don't mind the chihuahua choking in the background. The combat was extremely easy to use. Moving around was extremely easy to use. The music and the narrations were nice, and they definitely keep you entertained.
Alright, well let's talk about the controls a little bit. Like, as we see here, you are in massive battle against a lot of... What would you call these guys? Are they thugs? Are they creeps?
They look like genies to me.
They're just genies.
They're just genie in bottles.
Well, there goes
Lots of bottles.
Lots of bottles. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're fighting enemies. Do you have a set of weapons and stuff in the game that you just start with and you use all the way through? Do you earn new weapons? How does that work?
Well, they do definitely start you off with a weapon. They start you off with a warhammer and a repeater, which is like a mini pistol.
Okay.
And then throughout the game, when you pick up different objects, you are able to use them as well. So at the moment, I'm actually using my machete,
Okay.
which does not do as much damage on initial contact as my warhammer would, but it is a lot faster,
Okay.
and it doesn't take me as long to quick draw.
Okay, I gotcha.
And then I'm using the bow instead of using my repeater. I don't know. It looks sicker, I guess. I don't know. That's why I have that. And then throughout the game, you are also able to upgrade them by collecting different materials throughout each level.
Okay.
And by upgrading, obviously, you can choose, if you want to do damage or more ammo or whatever you choose.
Critical strike, etc. Like different
Right.
stats, basically.
That's right. Whatever you choose. It doesn't change the look of it. It doesn't change the effect. It just changes that. I don't know if there are any other weapons besides the ones that I have collected, which is just the warhammer, the machete, the bow, and the repeater. That's what I know that there is.
Okay. I guess it comes down to what you put in the 2 hours.
Yes.
What are some things about the game that you just couldn't get into? Like, what was overwhelming for you? What was...
Well, if I was asking you that question about my gameplay, it'd be that I didn't use X enough.
Yes.
I just assume that it should automatically start walking faster if I don't run into something. I guess I don't know what that is. And then my blocking. I definitely had an issue with blocking, but it's not that it was a difficult task. Just my timing is always off.
Because as you see here, you are using your shield there.
I'm trying to. I just do it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the looks of it, it looks like every time you get a kill, it does look like you're gaining XP. So would you consider this game an action RPG? Is it just more action? how would you, what category would you put this game under?
Well, you could definitely put it underneath the action RPG. You are able to level up, and when you do level up, you are able to add more tonics and potions, which you would have to actually go into, and I'd have to pull up the screen and show you in a totally different video. But you're able to upgrade and choose what type of upgrade you want for your person at that time, and you can always try it out, and if you don't like it, when you get back to Skyhold, you can always change it out again, which is a very nice perk as well. And every time you kill something, every time you break something, as you can see in the right hand corner, my number keeps increasing. That's basically their currency, which will also allow you to purchase other things and other upgrades at any given time.
Well, it seems like they definitely tried to allow you to make your character stronger. Letting you buy other items, letting you get XP for each kill. Now, let's get into the length of the game. You put in about 2 hours.
Yep.
From what I know, like I have not beat the game yet either. I put in a few more hours than you have.
Okay.
But from what I know is the game's roughly 7, maybe 8 hours long. If you're trying to collect everything, go for all the trophies, and try to do 100% completion on the game. Would you say that's too short for a game like this? Is it too long? Is it, if it was any longer, would it kind of overstay its welcome?
I definitely think when they created this game that was the time. I'm hoping that was the time frame that they had in mind, like the target time. I think 7 to 8 hours is definitely a perfect time frame for it. If you did anything more than that, I think you would just be repeating yourself and running in circles. Okay, I have to go kill this thing, I have to go collect this, and I have to go back here, and I have to upgrade this, and that's the end.
Yep.
Whereas, I don't know how it ends, but I'm pretty sure they would have made it end at a nice spot.
Not a cliffhanger?
Right. Yeah, like it just ends, and it's ready to go, and it's done. But, like, you're able to explore, right? Like, you don't have to go in any specific direction. At the end of the day, yes, there is an into each level as much as there is an exit. However, you don't have to go a straight path, but you don't also have to go up first, and you don't have to go down first.
Okay.
And it will make sure that you explore every given option to make sure that you collect everything that you want to collect in that level.
Yeah, I also found, like, in my playthrough, I was able to see, as you can see here, you're building different buildings with each core you get. Well, I found a building called the Lost and Found. So if I went to a level and I missed something, I could go to the Lost and Found, and I could spend the currency that we talked about, and I could actually buy that missed item without having to go back and replay that whole level.
That's cool. I didn't get there yet.
No, it's definitely a nice added feature that they added, especially for us collectors, that if you have to collect everything for a trophy, at least you have the option to buy it.
Yeah.
Now that's something else I wanted to touch base on is trophies in this game. Me and you both love the collection of trophies. Me more than you.
You definitely.
I'm a platinum hunter, and with this being a $14 game, or if you bought it on sale when it was on for the spring deal on the PlayStation Network, they added a platinum trophy for this game.
Which is pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Any other game where you're not paying full price for, chances are you're not going to get a platinum trophy. What I really enjoyed about this game is the trophies aren't out of reach. They made all the trophies very obtainable.
Okay. I haven't had a chance to look over the trophy list. But obviously that's the first thing that you do.
When I get a game like this in my hands, I want to check out that trophy list, and I want to be able to make sure I can platinum it. That way I don't waste my time. If I can't platinum it, I'm not wasting my time. So here's a very interesting spot in the game that you were playing.
Okay.
You walked in, and what do you find in this area?
I found my shield.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to think about that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And
it just randomly appears, like, because I didn't find it, I just stumbled upon it while I was walking back through the hall.
So I guess, how many weapons or tools do you have at your disposal at one time?
2. 3, sorry. Including your shield, you have 3.
Okay.
At any given time.
And you can switch them out on the go?
Yeah, the only one you can't switch out is your shield.
You have to use the shields.
From what I'm aware of, anyway, that you can't hold with me against that. From what I've experienced, you can't switch out your shield.
This is just what we've played, and so, you also, like, I'm just looking here at the screen. You have your square for your range, your
Yep.
circle for your melee, and then a blank R2. What would the R2 be?
The R2 is a special attack that you get after a certain level. I think it's actually as soon as, it's not even a certain level, it's as soon as you stumble upon the distillery, it provides you with like a free bottle of alcohol, is pretty much what it is. And it allows you, by triggering R2, you are able to do like a whirlwind attack, like a warrior.
Yep.
You also have like the trip mines. The only downfall to these special attacks is when you stumble upon a new attack, you automatically have to go with that attack. You're not allowed to keep the one that you have and then switch out at any given time.
Okay.
It wants you to take that one and go with it and
You
deal
have to
with
use
it.
it.
You have no choice but to use it until you get back to Skyhold.
And then you can switch out your abilities. And
If you
whatnot.
choose to, yes.
If you wanted to. Okay. Well, before we come to an end on our video here, I think we should kind of do a pros and cons list. The things that you liked, the things you disliked.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead with that?
Alright, so just starting off with some of the things I like. The graphics. Graphics are really good. They're not like, you know, like 32-bit. Like you got
32-bit. Whoa.
I'm just going shitbox here.
Alright.
They're really good. Like they're obviously not PlayStation 4 quality from what you've seen on the high-end games.
It's not Last of Us.
That's correct. But for its specific needs,
It does the job.
It's clear and it does the job and it looks really nice. It's good. Combat was good.
It felt fluid.
It was, yeah, like I didn't, the only troubles I have are with myself. It has nothing to do with the game. It's myself trying to control the controller. I don't know, like the only con that I really have is, the more that we talked about it, was the fact that I had whatever spell you gave me, or whatever weapon I stumbled upon, I had to equip it, which I wasn't a big fan of. I also didn't like the fact that I always had to be a boy. I like to be a girl. I like to customize myself.
Yeah, no customization. See, for me,
like I just picked up my special.
and then you get stuck with using it.
Yeah.
My pros and cons.
And that was another part. That was actually a pretty cool one. The squirt lure. So you were able to, remember you had it became your friend.
Yeah, you summon a minion and it
fights for you. That was pretty cool. How did I forget that?
Well, you did.
Oh, and then.
Oh, here we go.
Anytime you're walking through and you're able to, you find something and you collect it. If you give it to the stranger and it's of good value, you end up getting a pet from it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool, and you can make it dance.
You can make it dance and spin.
And I like those types of things. I'm just weird like that.
You're just a girl.
Now he's gonna fight for me.
My pros, very clean looking game. Their narrative, it made the game for me. As soon as I heard the stranger walk me through, I'm walking down a path and he's telling me exactly what I'm doing. It sounds silly, but it made the game.
But it's how he says it.
Yeah. Let's give it our final number review on a scale of 1 being terrible, 5 being amazing. What would you give it?
A 3.5.
I'm sitting at a 4. It's not a perfect game, but it's definitely up there. And if you haven't picked it up, pick it up today. It's not a full price game. You're looking at maybe $14.99 on the PlayStation Store. I hope you appreciated our review here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we were entertaining. We'll have more content coming in the next few days. I'm Sean.
And I'm Riss.
And I hope you guys have a wonderful video gaming night.
Have a good night.